Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about PlayStation because they just announced a new State of Play happening tomorrow. But this one seems a bit different. This one's very focused specifically on Japan. In fact, it's being hosted in Japanese with English subtitles, and it's basically they're saying straight up it's only going to be games that are made in Asian territories. But to me, this is still very, very exciting because think about it, some of the best games that I'm the most obsessed with, Final Fantasy and Resident Evil, they're both made in Japan. But let's talk about this. Let's take a look at the announcement because a lot of people are instantly saying things like Kingdom Hearts and Dragon Quest and some big stuff. But let's take some guesses. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll admit this, I just opened my eyes 10 seconds ago. So if I seem a bit odd, I'll be honest, this is just awesome. I had to immediately jump out of bed. I'm still wearing just underwear, but let's talk PlayStation. PlayStation State of Play Japan announced for tomorrow, which is 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is 7 a.m. Japanese time. I did see some Japanese people basically saying, well, why couldn't they do it a bit later? Typically, the reason this is slightly odd is that most of the time, they actually do this about 2 hours later. Most of the really big, marquee, crazy announcement PlayStation events, normally they do it at about 4 p.m. Texas time, which is 9 a.m. Japan time. So it's weird that they're doing it earlier. Okay, so it seems like they're definitely wanting American audiences to watch this as well, right? More than 40 minutes focusing on games created in Japan across Asia, along a few other exciting updates. From beloved series to distinct indie creations, the show, hosted by voice actor Yuki Kaji, Yuki Kaji is the guy who does the voice acting for Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan, I think. And obviously he's in like a million different video games in Japan. Will be packed with great games, interviews, and new looks at anticipated titles. Now, the only thing I'm hoping is that the interview section is not super long. I think I love interviews. Obviously, I love interviews, but I feel like when it comes to a state of play, something that I feel like Nintendo does great and something that PlayStation's very good about is just kind of fire hosing you with tons of announcements. Here's 5 minutes of a new game and a release date. Here's talks and a shadow drop demo, something like that, right? Whereas Xbox, a lot of times they'll do like a 40-minute press conference that's 4 games and half of it's just literally a guy talking about like how they signed the contract to make sure there's a new Ninja Gaiden. You know, no hate specifically on that. I just think that to me, it's much more fun to get a ton of games, tons of announcements, especially because it does seem like PlayStation has had a bit of a lighter year. I've seen some people saying, console exclusive wise, PlayStation has not had a huge 2025. We did get some stuff like Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Sword of the Sea. Next year, though, is looking stacked. Wolverine, Saros, Token Fighting Souls, Fairy Games, Intergalactic, Neo. So my thought is that this is the kind of stuff, some of these games I think 100% are going to be there. Phantom Blade Zero, I actually think is going to have a huge presence there. Token Fighting Souls, which I played the last beta of it. That was extremely fun. I think 100% that's going to be there. Neo maybe? That would be cool. But a lot of people in the comments are making guesses like, are we going to see Kingdom Hearts 4? It is wild to think that Kingdom Hearts 4, after that initial reveal, I think they've done 4 more screenshots in the years since they initially did that teaser trailer for it. So I do think that there is a actually pretty good chance that we see something from Kingdom Hearts 4. If we don't see it there, I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be at the Game Awards. A lot of people are saying like Silk Song. Oh man. Oh my God. This is one that personally would be the biggest deal to me. There has been a lot of talk about the final part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. People are say it's going to be called Return or Revenge. Now, to me, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. Final Fantasy VII is the reason this channel exists. That's not an exaggeration. And while I have had my problems with parts of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, my curiosity about how it's all going to end is still off the freaking charts. And at this point, even seeing like a reveal of the cover art, even if it's just like a 12-second teaser trailer or anything, right? I feel like even learning the title to me would be very, very, very cool. Gravity Rush 3, Astrobot coming to PC could be cool. There's just so many great guesses down here. Phantom Blade Zero, one that I feel like I'm not seeing that many people talk about, Dragon Quest 12. Why isn't anybody mentioning Resident Evil? Resident Evil Requiem is coming out here. That's coming out in February 12th, I think. That's coming up very, very soon. I'm extremely excited for Resident Evil Requiem, and there is already a playable demo. I mean, they've been going around to event, having this like little teaser demo that basically lets you play through the opening section as Grace Ashcroft essentially playing hide and seek with the big bad monster. I feel like they're definitely going to release. This is my I feel like my easiest guess. They're finally going to release that demo to the public. They're finally going to say, hey, check it out. You guys can actually play the demo that's been at every stage event, stuff like that. I want to take a look at Genki's guesses here. I love Genki, and a lot of his fans, I feel like, make good guesses. Very interesting. I wonder if this game will be only for Asian countries, or will there be a worldwide release? Of course, they're going to be worldwide releases. 7 a.m. for us in Japan. How come this is for gamers or Asia with what that ridiculous schedule? 7 a.m. is rushing to catch morning train. We never have good schedule for state of plays in Japan. Bloodborne. Oh, man. The last 10 state of plays have been 98% Japanese, so this is pretty funny. This is a good point, and this is the reason I do think that this big push, I do think it's going to be specifically them showing off something more than just like, hey, here's a Japanese game. I do think it is going to be something like Kingdom Hearts 4 or Final Fantasy. I do think it's going to be one of those games that sells really well in Japan specifically. Now, this is the thing I think is the most interesting that will not happen. I wish it would, but there have been so many leaks and rumors about the upcoming PlayStation 6 handheld. There's my morning alarm. Clearly, I am out of bed literally before my alarm. I'm so excited for this. There is a lot of leaks and rumors about an upcoming PlayStation 6 handheld. There is talks that they're going to release a standard PlayStation 6, which would be a PS5 Pro. But after that, the talk is that they're going to make a PlayStation 6 handheld, something that will natively play and install PS5 and PS4 games. So in a mobile PlayStation 4 and 5. I'm excited about that. I think the PlayStation handheld is going to be a huge success. But if you're expecting to see it anytime soon, the talk is that's going to have at earliest a 2027 release date. There ain't no way it's showing up here. This is just some off-the-cuff, Sleepy Max guesses. How do you feel about the idea of this state of play? I'm going to watch it. I'll make you guys a deal. If somehow this video gets, I'll say 4,000 likes, I'll stream this tomorrow. Maybe. I like streaming state of plays. I haven't streamed one for a bit, but the problem is the fact that if we stream this, since it's all going to be in Japanese, I can't really talk over it very much. I will have to very much just sit there and read the subtitles with you guys. Maybe not the most fun streaming experience, but I really am excited for this one. And if in Final Fantasy or Resident Evil's there, I am definitely doing videos about it afterward. Thanks so much for watching. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming of White Monster. Oh my god, that tastes like heaven. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.